gorgeous Virgos, this is Debs and we are here of course for your reading for August 2026. And Virgo, a lovely calm energy descended when I went into meditation. It's as if it is all fine. It is all fine now is what I heard. But you may have been comparison shopping, whether or not this is you looking for properties, whether or not you're checking out people online. You may have been doing a little bit of comparison shopping. Well, what if I chose that option? Or what about that? Or maybe I should look at that. You know that Virgo, what you've settled on, what you have agreed to, what you're moving towards has been the right decision for you, the right decision. And what I also heard was now it feels really right. But you may decide to change your mind or do a little bit more comparison shopping this time next year. So this may not be permanent, as in for the rest of your life, but what you're thinking about is right now, it feels good. It feels good. Archangel Michael saying yes. It feels good. Whatever this is, it checks most of your boxes. You're comfortable with this. And I think, Virgo, you're simply settling down into this. Yes, I'm seeing somebody settling down into an armchair. Okay, good. Right. So, guys, here we go. This is the Tarot of Mystical Moments. If you want to book a private reading with me, I'm still offering 50% off all of my readings just for a limited period of time. I don't know, probably until the end of September. I don't know, something like that. We will see. If you want to join the channel, the join button is there, the black join button. And I list all the decks as you know. So, Virgo. This person's getting up off this chair and they're sort of realigning the cushion. They're plumping up the cushion a little bit. And they're musing. Well, may need to tailor this a little bit, may need to change a few things, but ultimately it works. Ultimately it works. Nothing's perfect is what I'm hearing. Nothing's perfect, but at the moment it's fine. It's fine. I don't know, guys, whether or not you have been looking for a long time, searching for a long time, in your head for a long time. I feel you're just settling into your decision and thinking it's not 100% perfect, but it's perfect enough for me to begin to relax, really relax into this. Okay. All right, guys, whatever this is. Page of Pentacles. Yes. So Virgo, this is you sitting, feeling nice and secure. You may feel as if you've been given some kind of gift. It may be you feel that you're lucky, is what I'm hearing. Yes, Two of Wands. You did some comparison shopping and you made a decision. You were in your head for a while, standing at crossroads for a while, but you feel as if you've made the right decision. And for now, everything's good. For now, everything's working. You're happy. In the past, guys, the Seven of Swords. You might have avoided making a decision, or you might have tried to find a way around a situation. But you may have known in the back of your head that it wasn't quite the right way to do things. Or you might have thought, well, you know, I can move a little bit here and move a little bit there and hoping nobody's going to know. I don't think you were outright deceptive, but there was definitely a sense of, I need this to work for me too. I want someone to be happy, or I want other people around me to feel relaxed and calm, but this has got to work for me too. So initially, Virgo, you might have looked at what you wanted, and you might have tried to figure out whether or not somebody would compromise. They may not have done. And so you might have shifted out of the Seven of Swords into a slightly more balanced place. Okay, well, I'm just going to have to give a little bit more of myself. I'm going to have to agree to compromise, right? Something like that. Something like that. Yeah. Now, this might have been relating to a relationship, Ten of Pentacles, Or this might have been you thinking, I can't get exactly what I want. If I did, I would be sitting in deception. It wouldn't be good. But you compromised. You might have taken a little bit of the Ten of Pentacles and balanced the situation out, but you decided as long as you could sit on the main, as long as you could sit on the whole majority of the Ten of Pentacles, you would be happy with that. Okay, that's what I'm getting from that energy. Interesting. In your thoughts, Ten of Cups, Ten of Cups. So Virgo, this is really beautiful. You're in a happy place. If you are sitting there thinking this is about a relationship, you might have considered other alternatives in the past, but you decided to sit back securely in your relationship. So Virgo, I don't know, you might have started flirting with somebody or had your eye on somebody else, and then you might have realized, okay, this might get quite serious, or this might cause me problems. So you shifted out of the Seven of Swords and you settled nicely, calmly back in the Ten of Pentacles. I'm happy where I am, right? It's not ideal, it's not perfect, but it works for me. In the immediate future, we have the King of Pentacles. So I think, Virgo, this is you. Yeah, you are king of all you survey. You're also very proud of yourself, Virgo, that you have managed to ride the roller coaster and you've got off at the other end in one piece. I don't quite know what that means. You might have felt, Virgo, in the past, there was a risk that things would derail. I think you brought yourself back on the straight and narrow somehow, in the nicest sense, and you're kind of relieved you're back there. You might have been tempted to dip out. You might have been tempted to try and figure a way where you could get everything you wanted, but I feel what you realized was it was just too risky. It was too risky. So you settle back into the King of Pentacles energy. In your fears, the Three of Cups. Virgo, are you fearful you're going to be tempted again? This can be you fearing, you may be fearing a third party from the past is going to try to get back in touch with you. You might be fearing it. You might be fearing that. In the environment, guys, is the devil. Virgo. Now, the devil is coming in to tempt you. What you gonna do? They're coming in to tempt you, Virgo. Okay, could be a Capricorn. In your hopes, Nine of Swords. Hoping, Virgo, that this temptation isn't going to cause you sleepless nights. This is you thinking, oh, I really want this. I really want this. I wonder if there's a way I could get a little bit of this. But you keep thinking about the King of Pentacles. You keep thinking about the Ten of Pentacles. You keep thinking, no, it's just too risky. Too risky, too risky. But you might be thinking about this quite a lot to the point where you may feel a bit obsessed, right? And the outcome, the Wheel of Destiny. Virgo, you're going to be shifting into a new cycle where any form of, did I do the right thing? Maybe I should reconsider this. Maybe I could try and get a little bit of this. You're actually putting that in the past. I'm seeing somebody putting a box down in a basement, turning the key, walking up the stairs and thinking, yeah, no, that's really, really done. Okay. So Virgo, it's as if you jumped out of what could have been a toxic situation. You calmed down and you relaxed. You thought, okay, good. I feel as if I've done the right thing, right? And you may then think, oh, well, this person's tempting me. Don't know whether or not I could get away with a bit of flirtation. Maybe we can have a few sneaky dates far away from where I live, that sort of thing. But what you're recognizing is it's a slippery slope. What you're recognizing is you would just be sat there panicking. And so this is you, Virgo, maybe going back down to the basement to have a little bit of a look. But what you find down there makes you feel a bit nervous, and you got the key in your hand. You're thinking, I could open that door. This is the point, Virgo, where you actually throw away the key. I am never going down there again. If I was tempted before, because I had the key, not doing it again. To the point where you're chucking the key away, Virgo. No. You're never looking at doing something like this again. So guys, clarification for you, the Death card. There might have been an obsession about or with a Scorpio. Yeah, Knight of Cups, Scorpio. Somebody could have said, oh, I love you, Virgo. I'm very attracted to you, Virgo. I think I want to be with you, Virgo. They may be coming in again. This doesn't necessarily have to be a Scorpio. Could be a Capricorn. Could be a Pisces or a Cancerian. Okay, guys, whoever this is, what you're thinking about is there were genuine feelings. This wasn't just passion. This wasn't just attraction. This wasn't just a lot of chemistry. There were genuine feelings. And part of your heart, Virgo, might have shut off because you needed to numb yourself, because when you moved away from whoever this was in the past, it might have been painful. Now, whoever this person is who is tempting you again, their energy is justice. Could be a Libra. And the 5 of Swords. Okay, Virgo, they want you to walk away from a commitment. They want you to leave your marriage. This is someone talking to you about a legal contract, and this is sabotage. Virgo, this is someone who may try to get you to sabotage your marriage, to choose them, to be with them. But whoever this person is, Virgo, is sitting in negative energy. They are sitting in shadow energy. Just know that. This may even be somebody who's obsessed with you, very clingy. This might be someone, in a nicer sense, difficult to get rid of. You might have seen red flags, Virgo. I mean, this is the sort of person who's really exciting to be with, very sexy, very sensual, really attractive. On the switch side of that, even though you may have been flattered in the past, this person may not have wanted to take no for an answer. They might have started to blow up your phone. They might have started acting as if they're a crazy person, and it might have freaked you out to the point where you may have thought, oh, okay, well, it's tempting, but oh, no. If I go down that road again, I'm never going to get rid of this person. And you might have felt, I'm going to have to be super strong, right? Because this is someone who really doesn't want to let me go. Underneath the deck, guys, we have the 4 of Wands. Virgo, you are thinking about your house, your home, your family, your stability. And Virgo, this is you right now. You've healed. You're in a calm place. You're sitting in the light. All is good. It's all good at the moment, is what I'm hearing. At the moment, things are good. So I think, Virgo, even though you may be exuding the aura of being super confident, nice and stable, you know, this is you doing all the right things. Inside, there's a part of you that misses this person. Inside, there's a part of you that thinks, well, could I get away with something? What you're recognizing is the minute you inch down that staircase into the basement to fish out that box that you locked away, no, I don't want to look at this again, shouldn't look at this again. The minute you start to think about doing that, you get all jittery. No, because you remember what happened in the past. It could have ended really badly, and it didn't. So guys, this is you staying away from temptation. I think you are going to be successful in doing that. Not only that, Virgo, but in case you even consider going back to the 7 of Swords, I feel the divine is going to push you into a brand new cycle. It's as if, okay, Virgo may be teetering on the edge in the immediate future. We're going to make sure that we shift them forward. So there's no risk of you going back. That is what I'm getting, Virgo. So here we go. You're thinking that this was a gift. You may feel that something happened which was very lucky, that enabled you to sit in a place of calm. You're now standing at crossroads. I don't think you're looking at going back. For now, things are good, and you're just reveling in that. You're reveling in that. So let's have a look at the Page of Pentacles and the Two of Wands. The Empress. Okay. So Virgo, you may be thinking about an Empress. You could be thinking about a Taurian or a Libra. This is an older woman. This person could be your wife. You're coming through as a King of Pentacles. You're thinking about the Empress. And you're thinking about the King of Swords. I don't know why, Virgo, but you're keeping an eye on this Empress. You may not trust this woman. You may feel occasionally she can sit in her masculine energy, be a little bit dominating. You may feel that sometimes she can be a little bit strategic. Ace of Pentacles. You may be talking to this Empress about starting something fresh, starting something new. Ace of Pentacles. Page of Swords. You may be getting quite strong with her, Virgo. We need to concentrate on a brand new start. We need to concentrate on building something new. But you may feel, Virgo, that she's trying to change your mind. Oh, but Virgo, do we really have to? No, aren't we happy? Do we have to look at building from scratch? Do we have to look at something brand new? Virgo, you're trying to take charge here, but you may be dealing with somebody who is resolutely wanting to stay put, right? Yeah, you may feel with a King and Queen of Swords, Emperor, Empress. She knows the truth. She knows the truth, Virgo, but she doesn't want to make any changes. It's kind of, nope, I've made my decision. We are not doing this. So, Virgo, you are standing at crossroads thinking, well, it would have been good. It would have made things easier. But you may feel as if because you might have sat in the Seven of Swords in the past, you might have thought, I can't push her because she coped with me doing something I shouldn't have done, right? So this is you thinking, I get why she's being a bit defensive. So looking at the Seven of Swords, Virgo, you tried to get around a situation, or you might have considered doing something that you knew deep down wasn't right. I don't know. Yeah, King of Wands. So you took action with passion. You took action with passion. You thought, okay, this is what I'm doing. This is what I want. Yeah, but with the Ten of Wands, Virgo, it's almost as if directly afterwards, immediately afterwards, you thought, okay, I now feel really burdened. I now don't think that that was the right decision. But you held back from changing anything. You held back from bringing things into a more calm, balanced place. You decided not to do anything. So you dipped into whatever this was. You then began to feel stressed. But then you kind of buried your head in the sand. And guys, we've all been there. We've all been there. What happened in the past? You might have communicated with a Leo. Okay. 8 of Wands. There might have been a lot of communication afterwards, Virgo, but you might have put up strong boundaries. You might have ignored the communication. You might simply have not known what to say. Again, I'm getting an avoidant energy, and you calmly slipped back into the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, let's just forget about this. Not proud of myself, shouldn't have done this, but let's just sit on the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, done, right? So tell us about the Ten of Pentacles. It's as if you wanted to forget whatever happened in the past. Yeah, the Fool. Okay, yeah. You calmly went back and sat on the 10 of Pentacles, Virgo, but in your mind you thought that was a big risk. I shouldn't have done that. That was a bit silly of me. It's almost the energy of, I know it's going to come back to bite me eventually, but I'm going to try not to think about it, right? You might have taken a leap of faith and a risk with an Aries. Could be an Aries third party, okay? Or a Sag. You might have taken a leap of faith and a risk, and there might have been a Sag involved. But you told yourself just to be calm. You told yourself it's going to be okay. You told yourself it's going to be okay. But with the energy of the star, Aquarian energy, you did look at the bigger picture thinking, I shouldn't have done that. I think this was a momentary impulsive action which felt good at the time. But afterwards, Virgo, you knew it wasn't right because it's almost as if you obsessed about it but pretended to everybody else that you were okay with it. I think you went down a rabbit hole. Might have been something to do with an Aquarian. What were you thinking? Yeah, 10 of Swords. You might have been thinking, I nearly brought the tower down, or somebody felt very hurt. There was a slight sense of, okay, should I do anything about this? Because whoever was hurt communicated with you as if to say, well, what's going on here? Are you going to do anything about this? You know, is this going to progress into anything? You know, what do you feel, Virgo? And this is you not replying, or this is you thinking, I don't really want to even look at this. But it did play on your mind afterwards. Yeah, and you might have looked at little options. 7 of Cups, little options. Could I do this? Could I do that? It might be just to alleviate a little bit of guilt. But Virgo, if you, in a nicer sense, you created a really painful final ending for someone, if you betrayed someone, backstabbed someone, what you were thinking about was, whatever I do now is never going to erase how this person felt at the time. It's never going to make good what I did back here. Nothing would, because they will never forget it, right? So Virgo, this is you feeling just a bit cross with yourself, but you tried to sit in a temperate energy. You tried to just think to yourself, okay, well, all good. I'm back in the 10 of Pentacles. It's all good. I'm just going to try and forget about this. What you're thinking about, guys, is the 10 of Cups. And I've just seen 24:24 on the clock, which is interesting. 2 is about making a decision. 4 is about stability. 2 and 4 is 6, right? So this is you making a decision about your stability to bring back balance. But 6 and 6 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 is about change. So you are standing at crossroads, 2 of Wands, number 2, thinking about your stability, number 4, feeling as if you want to bring balance back to a situation, number 6, but what you're thinking about is, I would have to embrace change to do that, and possibly quite big change. So at the moment, Virgo, you are happily sat in the 10 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles. You're turning your back on the past, and you are simply thinking about making a change in the future. But for now, you are happy with the decision you made. Wasn't perfect what happened in the past, but you've done everything you could, is what I'm hearing. You've still got the key to the cellar. You're still feeling that you could be tempted, but you're telling yourself this is a brand new chapter. So let's have a look at the 10 of Cups. My beautiful Virgos, you're coming through as the King of Pentacles here. Yes, and you are with your Queen of Pentacles, King and Queen of Pentacles. Lovely. This is someone very stable, very grounded, very strong. This is a woman who can cope with a lot, right? 5 of Wands. Okay. Virgo, you two might have stepped around each other, or you two might have almost been in a situation where you were silently playing a game of chess. Who's going to call checkmate? Who's going to win? there might have been a strange energy between the two of you when neither of you were totally happy. You might have both felt you blamed each other, but because you're still sat on the Ten of Pentacles, I think you're no longer deciding to talk about the risk you took in the past. It's as if we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. You're trying not to think about it, Virgo. You're putting this in the past, thinking you've got to look to the future. But you are thinking about a Queen of Cups. There might have been an argument about a Queen of Cups, a Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. Or your partner could be a Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. Or if you were interested in a Scorpio female, Virgo, then there was an argument about that. There was an argument about that person. Okay. What else are you thinking about here? Four of Pentacles. Okay. This is you holding back from the third party. This is you hanging onto your house, hanging onto your home. You know, you got locks on the gates, you got chains on the railings. It's as if I am not moving. I am staying here, right? I'm hanging on to my money here. Yeah, this is a very nervous energy. The Magician. You are manifesting staying put in your relationship. You are manifesting hanging on to this, Virgo, because it feels safe. This is familiar to you. There have been issues, but you two are ironing everything out. Every day that passes, Virgo, you two are feeling easier in each other's company again. And this is you and your partner. So in the immediate future, you are stood very confidently in the King of Pentacles energy, the king of all you survey, right? But there is temptation coming in. Somebody wants you to sabotage the relationship. Somebody wants you to leave your partner. I think this is the third party. So Archangel Michael, when do we have the King of Pentacles and the Devil for my Virgos? Thank you, Michael. The 6th to the 10th of September. Okay, Archangel Michael's pointing forward, 24th of September, 5th of October. I'm hearing a slam door. I'm just hearing a slam door. Okay. Do you feel this is an open and shut case? Are you slamming the door on the past? Are you saying absolutely not to this person? Or are they angry? This is someone, Virgo, who might want to relight the fire with you. They might want to relight the flame with you. This is someone a bit obsessed with you. Could be a Capricorn. Ace of Wands. Yeah. Oh, Virgo. They're tempting you to have a one-night stand. They're tempting you back into an affair situation. How are they feeling deep down? This is someone who shifts from their masculine to their feminine with ease. Sometimes they can be very strong and dominating. The other side of them is very soft, but this can be manipulation, so be careful. All right, Knight of Swords. Deep down underneath, Virgo, they're very angry because you backed off. You said no. What are they talking to you about here? Yeah, Knight of Pentacles, that they've been waiting. Virgo, I've been waiting. I'm here waiting. Where are you? Shall we meet up again? Virgo, they're convinced that you're the person that they want to build a life with. They're assuming that eventually you're going to give in and commit to them, leave your wife. Virgo. The Hierophant. They're talking to you about marriage. They could be a Taurian for some of you. Virgo, this is someone who feels to me as if they're putting pressure on you to get back into a fling situation because eventually they want you to leave your partner, to offer them marriage. I mean, that is what they're wanting. And bless them, this could have been someone very hurt, Virgo. They could have assumed that this was going to lead somewhere. And then when it didn't, they felt angry. They might have felt used. Two of Pentacles. I mean, this is someone who's been deliberating. Two of Pentacles. If I push Virgo a little bit further, will they give in? Will they say, okay, yes, let's meet up on the quiet? Yeah, they're flirting with you, Virgo. They're keeping an eye on you. Whether or not this is online, whether or not they live in the area, I don't know. They're keeping an eye on you, Virgo. How are you feeling? Guys, this is a bit tough for you. It's as if, wow, you know, I said no to the cream cake and then somebody gives me the cream cake again. And I'm thinking, maybe? But you know it's overindulgent of you. And what you're also thinking about is if I stuff my face with the cream cake, I'm going to feel guilty, right? You know what I mean? 5 of Cups. Yeah, Virgo, this is guilt, remorse, regret. You can't even look at this person. It's as if, oh, I can't even look at you. Don't tempt me. Don't tempt me. Because I might slide back and take the key and go down to the cellar and open up the box again. Yeah, no, you're not wanting to do that, Virgo. What are you saying? Are you saying anything? All right, again, your back is turned. 2 cards where you're turning away from this person. I think what you're saying to them is, I'm really sorry, but I'm working on my relationship. That is the way it feels. Because your back is turned. You may just say that and be that blunt. You may say to this person, I'm sorry, it was great. I'm very attracted to you, but I cannot go there again. I cannot go there again. Why are you saying that? Because Virgo, this caused a lot of problems in the past. I mean, this is you coming out of the situation, scratched, burdened, stressed, feeling as if you've been in the war. I mean, this is you thinking, wow, you know, for the sake of pleasure, this just caused so many problems and you can't bear to go through that again. This was painful for you, Virgo, and you're remembering, and what you're thinking about is it really wasn't worth it. Wow, it really wasn't worth it. Yeah, but you've got someone here, Virgo, who doesn't want to let you go. They don't want to let you go. Yeah, because, Virgo, when you slipped into this overindulgent energy, well, I just want to indulge myself. This feels really good, right? As soon as you did that, you went straight into the 9 of Wands, feeling stressed, feeling guilty, worried that other people were going to find out, worried that your partner was going to leave you. I mean, whatever this was, it really wasn't worth it. It really wasn't worth it. Yeah, 2 9s, Virgo. This is done. This is done. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, yeah. You may even say to this person, Virgo, I can't go there. Not only did it cause a lot of problems in the past, even thinking about this or jumping into this once, it caused so many problems, I can't go through that again. What you may also be saying to them is, and if I do, and someone finds out, there could be gossip in the environment. The neighbours are going to find out, the community's going to know, my family's going to be stressed out. What you're saying to this person is, I can't do it. No way. You're worried about tittle-tattle in the village. You're worried about gossip, Virgo. What you're thinking about is, no, 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 learnt my lesson. No, no, no. Yeah, you're turning your back. Another card of you turning your back on this person. This is you just sat in fear. What you're saying to this person is, no, no, no. No, please don't tempt me. Please don't tempt me. But Virgo, at some point you really wanted this. And a little part of you, I think, just numbed itself because you did have feelings for this person. What is the energy between you and whoever this is? Yes, I mean, this was a heartbreaking situation, but this is a third-party situation. We have a 3, and we have another 3 here. This is what you're afraid of, Virgo. This is you afraid that that third party is going to come back and try to tempt you. And this is what they're doing. But we've got 3 cards of you turning your back. What you're saying to this person is, I'm sorry, but I'm working on my relationship. I'm sorry, I can't do this. So congrats, Virgo, because this must not have been easy for you. In your hopes, you are hoping with a 9 of Swords to get out of your head about this, because you might have felt you were sort of going down a rabbit hole, constantly thinking about this person, constantly thinking about what happened before, but also Virgo worried that all eyes would be on you. Again, this is you nervous that if people found out, this would damage your reputation, that you'd fall off the pedestal that people put you on. This is you really worried. And that's the other reason why I think you're pushing this person away again. And then the lovely card to end with, guys, is the Wheel of Destiny. Now, this is a fortunate turn of events, which is universally guided. I feel that spiritually, someone here, Virgo, is pulling you into a brand new cycle so that any cords, any energetic cords that kept you attached to this person because of the chemistry, because of the energy between you two are finally snapped. They are pushing you onto a new cycle. It's as if we never want Virgo to be tempted again. This is what Source is doing. This is universally guided. Let's have a look. What is the energy of the Wheel of Fortune? Yeah. Okay. Now, this brand new cycle could be instigated by a Queen of Swords. That person could be an Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, or that person, Virgo, could be your partner who is thinking about lifting off in another direction. They are looking at pastures new. So this is someone who may be saying, you know what, Virgo, we should move. Or they may be saying to you, you know what, Virgo, I think we should go away for a few weeks, away from the area. They're looking at you intently. They may be worried that you might be tempted again. But I think this is more your partner, Virgo, wanting you to really look at the future. Wanting you to put down roots again with them. Roots that are never going to be pulled up again. They are strengthening this connection, Virgo. And I like that. I like that. Yeah. And look at that. They've stolen the key to the basement. Ace of Swords. What they are saying to you, Virgo, is you don't need to throw away the key to the basement, Virgo. I know what's down there. I know you were tempted. I'm going to take the key and keep it safe. I'm going to keep the key. So you can't go back down to the basement, Virgo, and have a little bit of fun if you're tempted to. I am carrying the key. So this is someone who's quite wise. This is also someone, Virgo, who's kind of telling you, I'm sorry, but I'm calling the shots now. Because of what you did in the past, I'm calling the shots. And we are moving into a new cycle. I think this is your Empress. This is your Empress, Virgo. Yeah. She is quietly feeling a bit smug. She feels quietly that she's won. Virgo, she's feeling quietly that she's won. Okay. Can't blame her. Yeah, because she knows the truth about the lovers. She knows the truth about the lovers. She knows, Virgo, that you may be occasionally looking back thinking, well, it would have been nice to occasionally dip into this again. What she's saying is, you can't do it, Virgo, because I've got the key to the basement. You can't do it. Sorry. Sorry. I ain't going to know. I ain't going to know if you try it. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. And what you're thinking about, Virgo, is, yeah, I made a few mistakes in looking at this lover. I made a few mistakes in making this choice in the past. You're almost agreeing with her, Virgo, which is kind of amusing. You're almost looking at her with a smirk saying, yes, I know you've got the key. I know that you will know. I know. I know. This is a really strong partner, Virgo. This is a really strong partner. High Priestess, who's extremely intuitive. She could be a Pisces. She could be a Cancerian. This is a very strong, intuitive partner, Virgo, who knows all about the lover, or knows all about the fact that you're looking at past mistakes. Yeah, she knows all about it. I don't know whether or not, Virgo, it's because you just bluntly told her. I don't know whether or not she found out something and sat you down and said, okay, what's going on? But Virgo, what you're thinking about is, I can't hide anything from this woman. And even though you may feel a little bit resentful about that, there's a part of you that kind of admires her tenacity, her determination to put this in the past, to hang on to the relationship and move you both forward. You, in a strange way, you kind of respect her for that. You do. Even though deep down you may feel sometimes a bit cross, you do kind of oddly respect her for that. Yeah, yeah. She knows, Virgo, that you might have gone off and had a little bit of fun and then got your fingers burned and thought, okay, back to the Ten of Pentacles. Or it could well be, Virgo, that what she's not saying is she really wants the both of you to move into a brand new start. She keeps looking at the future. She keeps looking at moving into this new cycle. She keeps looking in that direction, right? For some reason, she keeps looking east, right? Or some would say to the future. I think, Virgo, she wants to pull you so that the vestiges of the tentacles of this lover situation are snapped, and she wants to pull you further forward. She might be talking to you about going on an elongated holiday. She could be talking about moving. She could be simply thinking, I know this is done. I'm not going to talk about what happened in the past anymore, but Virgo and I both know what happened in the past. What are you thinking about? Yeah, you're thinking about the past. You're both thinking about what happened. But you may have made a pact, Virgo, not to discuss the past again, because maybe it was just too painful. Maybe you just don't want to revisit that. Do we have a final card for my Virgos? This is you settling into this new cycle, Virgo. And you're not going to be tempted by this person again. Because what you're thinking about was, yes, it was wonderful at the time. Yes, it felt fantastic. But the stress afterwards, it was not worth it. It was not worth it. Yeah. And the final card, Virgo, is you. You are the Hermit. What you're thinking about is, I'm going to stay out of trouble. I'm going to keep quiet. I'm going to keep myself in a nice place of peace and calm, relaxation. This is you withdrawing a little bit from the world. And I think that is where you hope to stay. No drama, no stress, no talking about the past anymore. You are simply hoping that at least for now, you've made the right decision. Beautiful, Virgo. Nice, calm ending. So, guys, I think we'll finish with a message from the universe. Let's do that. Here we go. This is Enchanted Forest. Archangel Michael, what is the message from the universe, please, for Virgo? That wants to be seen. You will get there. Oh, bless, Virgo. Lovely energy. You will get there, Virgo. You can't force flowers to grow or plants to sprout. Be patient and respect that everything happens in its own way and time. So, Virgo, if you want to see progress in this relationship, if you feel that at the moment you and your partner are just stepping around each other, there's a bit of stagnant energy, things will begin to feel easier in time. Time heals all wounds. You will get there. You will feel progress. I want to say in the next few months, you're going to feel less stressed. Okay? All right, guys. I'm leaving it there. Do drop me a comment down below if you feel this was your story. Take care of you guys. And of course, I'm sending love and light your way and many blessings. Bye, Virgo.